Where Hawaii Eats is brought to you by the Honolulu Star Advertisers Dining Out, Cisco Hawaii, Outrigger Hotels and Resorts, and Coco Marina Shopping Center. I'm here today at the beautiful Royal Hawaiian Hotel and Azure restaurant. Joining me today is Jeff Stewart, winemaker with Hartford Family Wines, and the wine snob himself, Micah Suderman.
Aloha.
Micah, can you tell us what we're going to be eating today?
Yeah, so today we have a few delights from the Royal Hawaiian that we serve over at the Mai Tai Bar. We have our fresh ahi poke, sourced from the Pier 38 fish market over here. We have it topped with some fresh ogo as well as seaweed salad, crispy wonton chips, and that soyu ahi poke style. We also have our garlic shrimp plate, an ode to our Kahuku shrimp farms. Out over in the North Shore. It's served with crispy fried lemons over grits and a really wonderful butter sauce.
Looks good.
And then after that, we have our heartier of the dishes, which is our braised short rib. It's actually topped with the everything bagel topping, which provides beautiful savory notes to the beef. Served in its braising liquids, crispy kale, creamy polenta with ali'i mushrooms, and a pickled onion mignonette.
Wow. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, all delicious treats, everything from light to heavy, whatever you're interested in.
And pair nicely with the Hartford Family Wines.
Everything pairs with Hartford Court wines, that's for sure.
We like to think so.
Excellent, excellent.
Thank you so much, Micah. So what are we going to start with?
Well, I think we should start with the poke and the Russian River Valley Chardonnay. So maybe I'll pull this around here. So this wine is this is a blend of Chardonnay grapes from the Russian River Valley, where our winery is located. So we're in the heart of Sonoma County. It's a beautiful place that grows amazing, amazing Pinot Noir Chardonnay, Zinfandel, lots of different things. So today we've paired up the Russian River Chardonnay with the poke. And I think one of the great things about the wines in the Russian River is that they're grown in a cool area. So they're very bright, very crisp, a lot of flavors, a lot of fruit intensity that comes through from the climate, driving the vineyards to produce things that have complexity on top of fruit. So one of the great things when I think about poke, obviously there's the richness of the beautiful fish. But there's always so many other accompanying spicy and fun, intense flavors. And ginger was one of the things that popped in on this. And I think this particular wine has this beautiful finish in the back end of the wine that's almost like crystallized ginger. So I think it's just almost the perfect match.
It does. It kind of neutralizes the spice a little bit too. It's very good. Is this one of your best sellers?
This is a wine. We started making this about 10 years ago. The winery was founded in 1994, so we've been around quite a while. But 10 years ago, we wanted to create a wine that we could actually have a little broader distribution. Most of our wines are very small, 200, 300 case bottlings, which means Hawaii may see 5 or 6 six-packs for the entire vintage, and that's it. Whereas this wine will be available pretty much all year on all the islands here. We actually are pretty broadly distributed here for a small winery.
It's excellent pairing. Excellent choice of food.
Yeah, all the flavors just play off each other, and that's, people always ask, what's the best food and wine pairing? Well, there's no best. There's what you like. Everybody's palate is different. I personally think this is a great one, but we could have also paired a Pinot Noir with this and had a very different kind of result, but a similar experience in terms of quality.
You are not you have to pair white with fish and red with meat, so that
the old rules to me are out the window now. I wouldn't necessarily pour a big mountain Cabernet with poke, but you could. But
it's not about. I mean, if you do it, it's okay. If you like it,
it's okay. There's no rules here. We're not telling people what they have to do.
What makes a winemaker? Do you need to know the variety of grapes? Do you need to be smart in chemistry? Explain this to me.
Well, it's an interesting job because you do a little bit of everything. I mean, I have a degree, BS from UC Davis, which is a wonderful winemaking program and grape growing program. So I actually have a degree in winemaking, which is kind of crazy. I didn't know that existed when I was a young kid, and I stumbled into this business and So having the science chemistry background is really important, but it's also there's an artistic side to it that while I'm not a very good painter and I certainly can't sing, I think I have a skill in being able to maybe pull what happens in a vineyard and translate it into what's in the glass. And to me, that's the ultimate expression. I want wines to basically show you and anyone who enjoys them what we see in the vineyard and what the grapes in vineyard give us. That's what wine is.
That's nice.
It's all about the grapes.
Wow, it's all about the grapes.
Absolutely.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
We're gonna pause for a bit and we're gonna eat some more food. Welcome back. Jeff, what are we going to do next?
Well, I think we have a wonderful, wonderful shrimp preparation in front of us that Mike had described earlier. I think we've got some creamy polenta underneath. Again, a lot of flavors. I think a crisp lemon. It looks like fried lemon in there. That looks phenomenal.
Wow.
We're going to pair that up with our McLean's block, Russian River Valley Pinot Noir. So we're going to switch it up. A lot of people, we just talked about reds and whites, and you can do whatever you want.
It's okay.
We love Pinot Noir with seafood. We think salmon, swordfish, mahi. It works incredibly well.
Cheers to
Shrimp
that.
with the intensity. So I think this is going to be a wonderful pairing. Our Pinot Noirs, we make 17 different Pinot Noirs at the winery.
Oh my
So
gosh.
each from individual vineyards. This is a single vineyard, as I said. It comes from one small vineyard that's at about 500-foot elevation on a little ridge top surrounded by forest. So it has a spiciness that comes through, a lot of fruit, and great acidity, which I think will play off really well with the polenta, with the intensity of the shrimp, and the lemon. That's always a fun thing to play with, lemon and red wine. It can be, it can end badly, but I think in this case, it's gonna really go very well.
Well, you're an expert, so I trust you.
So let's give this a shot. What do you think?
Hey,
Yeah, I think the polenta might be easier with a fork.
so how do people find your wines here in Hawaii?
Well, we feel fortunate to have our wines in a lot of different locations here on the islands. Here in Honolulu, we certainly are places like Azure, where we sit today here at the Grand Hawaiian, and a lot of little restaurants around town, both bigger like Merriman's and
Fujioka's.
where we were last night. We had a wonderful dinner there, and many restaurants. So just poke around a wine list, look for Hartford Family Winery, Hartford Court. Little bit of independent retail with as you mentioned, Fujioka's. We did an event with them last night, and so go to your favorite wine shop. See if we're on the shelf. If we're not there, ask, and they can bring the wines in. We have pretty good distribution here for a very small winery. Again, we love being here in Hawaii, so it's great to be able to have our wines here.
You can always ask Jason at Fujioka's. correct?
Absolutely. Jason will always steer you in a great direction.
He knows his stuff, for
So,
sure.
what do you think of the pairing?
Very good.
Yeah, I can't
good.
wait. See how the acidity kind of just pulls everything together from the wine.
Lemon.
And yeah, try a little bite of that lemon too. This is what food and wine pairings are all about. You play around with different flavors, different combinations.
That is I've never had a fried lemon before.
Oh, I love them. Yeah, they're
It's
great.
really good. Okay, shall we try the next course?
I think
Very
so.
good.
I'll slide this over.
So what made you want to get into the wine industry?
Well, it's interesting. I grew up in Lake Tahoe, up in the mountains of California, and as you can imagine, there's not a lot of wine being produced in Lake Tahoe. So I stumbled into the industry. I was very lucky to have a chemistry teacher in high school who obviously had an interest in chemistry, but always wished he'd studied winemaking. And when he told me that, I looked at him and said, "Wait, you can study winemaking? You can get a degree?" So I was intrigued. So the short rib preparation today has some mushroom in here as well. And when I think mushrooms, I normally would go right to Pinot Noir. It's one of the classic pairings. And yet there's other grape varieties in wines that work really well with mushrooms. Syrah is one of those. And with the beef, Syrah being a little bigger, heartier wine than Pinot Noir, I think is just a great path to go down here. So we have a lot of different flavors here. silky intensity
Pairs
from
very well.
from the Syrah. It has an earthy, gamey side, but a lot of blueberry, boysenberry, what we call blue fruits in the wine business.
Everything you just said just happened.
Yeah, just happened. It's like magic, but I think it'll be a great pairing with.
It is.
This
You
dish.
did just fine. So for more information, how do people get more info on the wines?
Well, our website is a great place to start. www.hartfordwines.com. All of our wines are listed on there. Little stories, videos of the vineyard, so you can do flyovers and see 1,000-foot elevation, 2,000-foot elevation vineyards. Some of the low-lying areas where the fog settles in. Really amazing kind of education and opportunity to learn about wine.
Right. Very nice. For more information for the Royal Hawaiian Hotel restaurants, visit royalhawaiian.com. Thank you for doing the show.
Thank
Cheers.
you, Anne. Cheers.
Thank you for watching. Where Hawaii Eats was brought to you by the Honolulu Star Advertisers Dining Out, Cisco Hawaii, Outrigger Hotels and Resorts, and Coco Marina Shopping Center.